one of the best tower defense games ever made is back as a roguelite. It's Orcs Must Die Deathtrap, and yes, I will talk about the barricade limit at the end of the video. In this game, you play as a Warmage. You can play alone, or with up to 3 friends. But don't worry, it's perfectly playable solo too. As a Warmage, your job is simple. Stop orcs from entering the rift. How do you do that? By killing them, of course. You can either fight them yourself, or set up traps to do the dirty work. As you've probably noticed, I don't like to waste your time, so let's dive straight into what matters. There are different Warmages to choose from, and each comes with a basic attack, 2 unique abilities, 1 special ability, and 1 character-specific trap. Each Warmage specializes in different skills, making them especially fun and effective in co-op. This is still very much an Orcs Must Die game. That means you'll spend most of your time stopping orcs from entering the rift by strategically placing traps. Not only do you want to kill them, but chaining combos is key. The more damage types you use in a single kill, the more coins you earn to upgrade traps. The real fun, though, is still watching orcs meet their end in the most creative ways possible. Now, let's talk about what's different. Barricades are free, but they're limited. Each Warmage also has a unique trap. For example, one Warmage has a teleport trap that sends you back to the rift, while another has the boom barrel, which explodes when you shoot it. Since this is a roguelite, there are several systems that change your experience each run. At the start of each level, you'll pick a debuff, like making floor traps more expensive. Between waves, you'll choose buffs, like increased character damage or a higher trap limit. Some buffs are more elaborate, such as increasing your barricade limit by 10, but also making traps 10 times more expensive. After each level, you can either continue to the next or go back to the fortress. If you return, there's a penalty on the number of skulls you bring back, which are needed for permanent upgrades. You can avoid this penalty by beating the boss. The first boss will appear in level 3. When you have beaten the boss, it will be level 4. This will continue to increase for a while, making it a lot harder to beat the boss. Permanent upgrades are done through a skill tree. There's a large shared skill tree for all characters and smaller character-specific ones. Upgrades range from increasing damage to adding extra loadout slots. You'll also spend skulls on new traps and trap upgrades. Lastly, there are thread shops and thread quests. Threads are essentially the buffs you pick between waves. Initially, these buffs are simple, like small damage increases. But as you complete quests or spend skulls, you'll unlock more elaborate buffs, like increasing the number of lasers coming out of the ceiling laser trap. Now, let's talk about the barricade limit. Normally, I keep my opinions out of these explained videos, but since this is something fans care about, here's my take. For context, this is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I've sunk thousands of hours into it. The barricade limit has clearly been added to make you think on the fly. In earlier games, you could plan your trap layouts in advance. Here, that's much harder, not just because of the limit, but also because threads you pick may alter the limit mid-run. This makes your initial plan more dynamic, as it might not be the one you finish with. This change is supported by combat that feels more satisfying than ever. I'm not ready to give my final judgment on the barricade limit yet. At times, it works beautifully. Other times, it feels punishing if you don't get the barricade increase thread. But as I unlock more upgrades, this might change. Overall, I'm having a lot of fun with the game so far and can't wait to dive back in. To summarize, Orcs Must Die Deathtrap is a roguelite twist on the classic Orcs Must Die tower defense formula. It keeps the heart of the series intact, placing traps, chaining combos, and watching orcs die in the most creative ways possible, while adding a fresh roguelite layer that changes how you strategize every run. Whether you're playing solo or with friends, the game offers plenty of replayability and chaotic fun. That's it. If you found this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing for more Orcs Must Die content and short informative gaming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.